This is the fourth video of quadratic equations, and we are going to study a theoretical concept of quadratic equation here, okay, which is how do we solve a quadratic equation by factorization. So let's start off with a very simple quadratic equation, which is say x square minus of 2x plus of 1. Now remember, in this we have to use the middle term as the sum of the roots and the constant term as the product of the roots. Okay, so if you have ax square plus bx plus c, the constant term denotes the product of the roots and the middle term denotes the sum of the roots. But before you do this exercise, you have to divide the whole thing and ensure that that x square is independent. Okay, let's take this as an example. After this we'll take another example, which will be 2x square minus x minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, and this is equal to 0. Let's solve this one. Now you see, if I have to solve this question, take the coefficient of x and take the constant term and multiply them together. Okay, which is basically what I'm saying is you take a and you multiply a with c, and you should get two numbers. Okay, two numbers, which is, let's call those two numbers alpha and beta, such that the product of alpha and beta is equal to a into c. Okay, alpha beta should be equal to a into c, and alpha plus beta should be equal to this middle term. Okay, alpha plus beta should be equal to the middle term. Look at this very carefully. In this example, let me call this as example 1 and let me call this as example 2. In the example 1, you have to choose two numbers alpha and beta such that when alpha is multiplied with beta, you get 1, because a is 1 and c is 1, so you need alpha multiplied by beta equal to 1. At the same time, you need alpha plus beta is equal to minus of 2. Okay, now one very good thing about solving these kind of questions is that you can go from here or here and reach the other place. You can start from here and go here, or you can start from here and go here. Okay, now let me show you how. Because alpha into beta is 1, I don't know the value of alpha and beta, so let me start from here. Okay, what do I mean by starting from here? How many terms can I add so that I get a minus 2? Possibly I can add 0 and minus 2, but the product will not give me 1. I can go I'll go 3 and minus 1, but the product is not giving me 1. I can go, so minus 2 minus 1, let me make minus 2 minus 1. If I make this 0, it will be minus 2, which is the same as this one, so the product of this is also not equal to 1. I am just increasing this one. Okay, so if I put, rather than 0, if I put minus 1 and here I put a minus 1, you see the sum gives me minus of 2 and the product gives me 1. So this is the value that I should be looking at, and here it should be minus 3 and plus 1 actually. Okay, so if I put minus 1 and minus 1, I am getting the sum as minus 2 and the product as 1, which is what I want. And the moment I do that, I'll be able to split the middle term, and the middle term will be x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. I can take x out common and it will be x minus 1, then minus 1 common. Okay, and sorry, this will be a minus 1 into x minus 1 equal to 0, and this will be x minus 1 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so I managed to find the roots, and the roots are 1 and 1. Now look at this example. Here I have to find two numbers such that alpha into beta is equal to minus of 12 and alpha plus beta is equal to minus of 1. Okay, this is what I have to find. If I have to find this, what will it look like? Alpha beta is equal to 12. I know how many factors of 12. Let me start from 1. So I know 1 into 12 is 12. I know 2 into 6 is 12. I know 3 into 4 is 12. I know 4 into 3 is 12. I know 6 into 2 is 12. But I want the sum as minus 1. Okay, I want the sum as minus 1 and the product as minus 12. So one thing is I have to put a minus sign somewhere. Okay, I have to put a minus sign somewhere and I have to ensure that the sum comes out to be minus 1. So look at these two. Okay, look at these two. I have 3 into 4. So I can either use 3 comma minus 4. This will give me minus 1, or I can use minus 3 comma 4. But if I use minus 3 comma 4, this is not going to give me a difference of minus 1. It is going to give me a difference of plus 1, which I don't want. So this is the value that I'm looking for. Okay, 3 into minus 4. This gives me minus 12, and 3 plus minus 4 gives me minus of 1, and that will help me factorize this equation. Okay, so it will be 2x square minus of 4x plus of 3x minus of 6 equal to 0. This will become, if I take 2x common, it will be x minus 2 plus 3. If I take common, it will be x minus 2, and then I take x minus 2 common. I've managed to factorize the quadratic equation, and this gives me the answer, either x equal to 2 or x equal to minus of 3 by 2. Now let us take a slightly complicated question. Okay, slightly complicated question, which is say 3, example 3. This is, say I take x square minus of 35x plus 306 equal to 0. So you have to factorize this. Okay, factorizing this actually means you should know the tables really well. You should know what will 306 break down into. If you do not know the tables, you will struggle in finding the factors. Okay, so 306, how do you go about solving these kind of questions through factorization is, you take 306 and you try finding the factors. So you divide by 2, you get 153. Okay, you divide by 3, you get 51. Again divisible by 3, so you get 3 and 17. So you know that one factor is definitely going to be 17, which is a very big number. And what is the other two factors? 3 3s and 9 2s are 18. Okay, so you see 17 multiplied by 18 is one number that I'm getting. When I add, I'm getting 35. When I multiply, I'm getting 306. But there is a negative sign here, and a negative sign here means this number should be minus 17 and this number should be minus 18. So I can actually split this term as x square minus 17x minus 18x plus 306 is equal to 0. This will be x into x minus 17 minus of 18 into x minus 17 is equal to 0, and this will be x minus 17 into x minus 18 is equal to 0, and this will give you x equal to 17. When you equate this to 0, when you equate this to 0, you get x equal to 18. Okay, so you have to know tables really well. If you know the table of 17, you can immediately factorize as 17 18s are, and the moment you factorize 17 18s are is 306, you would know that 17 plus 18 is 305, is 17 plus 18 is 35. Thereafter it's just a question of where to put the minus sign. I hope you found this explanation useful. This is the 4th video in the series. We are going to have another half a dozen videos as the theory part of quadratic equations. Please do subscribe to this channel and share the link with your friends.